we're getting some fucking content filmed, mate. We're getting some fucking content filmed. Filmed at XYZ Studios. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking about education for the creative industry. It's a topic. People always ask me about it. It's a big topic, what sort of gets thrown around a lot. Should I go to school for graphic design? Should I go to school for photography or video editing or videography, whatever, filmmaking, whatever? So let's talk about it. I'm going to talk about my experiences and story, and we'll just go from there. We'll do pros and cons for both. And then if you are thinking about going to school, hopefully it makes you make a bit of a decision, basically. First off, people always ask, do you need it? No, you don't need it. You do not need education to become a video editor or graphic designer or anything like that. You don't. That's just point blank. You don't need it. I went to college and uni for what I do now, which is like editing and media and stuff like that. So straight out of school, I did a graphic design and photography course, right? So yeah, it was mainly graphic design with a little bit of photography in it. And it was cool. I did that, it was all good. It was just like a level 2 course. So it was like a really low level course because I didn't get great school grades to get, so I could only get into like a level 2. Did that, easy, wasn't that bad. It was literally learning Photoshop and all that stuff, which I learned Photoshop and stuff in the summer before starting college. I thought, shit, I'm gonna have to learn all these programs for my college course. So I learned Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Illustrator, all these programs. Got into college and it was like, right, day one, basics of Photoshop. You know, oh, for fuck's sake. So I had to sit through all the basics when I knew what I was doing because I learned it all. So I was like, shit. So yeah, it was very basic. It was teaching us the basic of programs. We did a little bit of screen printing, which is where obviously you'll like draw a design and then you'll screen print it onto like a t-shirt or fabric or whatever. So it taught us a little bit of printing, taught us a little bit of graphic design, a bit of Photoshop, a bit of Illustrator. It was cool, it was cool. It was only like a year course, so we did that. And then after that, I did a level 3 photography course. So I niched down a little bit to photography. And that was cool. You started learning a little bit more techniques, just had loads of different assignments and stuff like that, and you just sort of worked your way through it. And then what I did is I did that for 2 years, I believe, that photography course. That got me like a, what is it, a diploma or something? I don't even know. I've never used it, to be honest with you. And then basically I got approached to go to uni to do graphic design and media. And originally I was like, I'm not sure, I don't know if I should do it. And I was really on the fence about it. But then I ended up doing it and I went to uni and I dropped out. I dropped out after like 2 months, 3 months. I really didn't like it. College, I really enjoyed. I don't feel like I learned a ton. I feel like I just had a lot of fun. I met some really cool people who I'm still friends with today. What I really liked about it is that I got to use the studio. We got to use the studio, what was in there, which was really cool. And you got to hire equipment and stuff like that. So it was fun. And then when I went to uni, I wasn't a big fan of it. The course wasn't hard at all. Like I wanted a challenge. And the thing is with me, like I genuinely wanted to learn. And I feel like I just wasn't learning. It wasn't fun. I wasn't learning anything. It was super basic again. And I was kind of in the mindset of like, I've just been through college to learn all these basics. I've gone into uni and it's basics again. What the fuck are we doing? So I was a bit like, this is stupid. I felt like I was one of the only, there's a few people there who genuinely wanted to learn, but I feel like I was one of the only people who wanted to learn. It was kind of doing my head in a little bit. And I wasn't a big fan of my teacher. My teacher, I just don't think he did a good job with the course. I'll be quite frank, I wasn't learning anything. I remember one of the assignments was designing a website and he sent us YouTube links. YouTube links. But mate, we're in uni. I'm paying you like $6,000 a year or whatever, and you're sending me a YouTube link. And I remember saying that and he was just like, nah man, like, it's fine, like just watch the videos. So shit. I really didn't like it. And this was during lockdown as well. So a lot of the days you couldn't actually be in. I was like learning online, which don't get me wrong, probably did fuck up my experience a little bit. And people are probably gonna be like, well, you didn't get the full uni experience. You know what I mean? You weren't in there and stuff like that. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan. And I was feeling a bit shit about it for a while. And then yeah, I ended up just dropping out. I just left. I was just like, do you know what? I can do I was already doing work on the side and stuff like that. So I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to build up my work on the side. And yeah, if you watch my video on how I started working with Shits and Gigs, you'll understand how that correlates. Is that basically I was doing work on the side anyway. So I just built it up basically. I've never had to use any of my grades to do a job for a client ever. Your portfolio is the most important thing. It's what tells people you can do the job. And it's just how you represent yourself as well, as how you come across in calls with clients or meetings or whatever. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's you. You are the product. You are the thing what is going to get you the job. Nothing else. There's nothing else what's going to get you the job. It's you. So that's just point blank. You don't need a degree. Should I go to uni? Or should I go to college to do graphic design or editing and stuff like that? It's genuinely down to you. So let's go through pros and cons. I think the pros of going to college, you get to use a studio, which is really, really cool. So obviously studios are very, very expensive to hire out and stuff like outside of education. So that's like a really big advantage. You'll be able to use studios, mess around with lighting, all that sort of stuff. You get access to kit, which you probably wouldn't usually get access to, like camera equipment and stuff, super expensive. Lighting, super expensive. Macs, super expensive. Like, I remember using the Macs at my college and being like, holy shit, because I couldn't afford a Mac. I think another benefit is socialization. So you get to meet people. Like I said, I'm still friends with people who I went college with now, which is awesome. So you do get to meet people and sort of mingle. You have common interests. It's a bit easier to meet people. So I'll say that's a really good advantage. And then another thing, I think you just get some experience. You get some experience, you know, you get to do assignments and stuff like that, and you do different stuff. Like we had a massive range and massive mix of stuff. We did fashion, we did products, we did portraits, street, we did so many different stuff, landscapes, loads of different stuff. So yeah, you do get to mess around with different sort of subjects, and you do come out of it with like, oh, okay, I've done this, this, and this, which is cool. Now, on the other hand, you can rent equipment really cheaply now. Like, for example, there's an app now, they've changed the name of it, but it was called Fat Llama. And you can rent gear off it. I've used it before for like wedding shoots and stuff I've done. I've hired like lenses and stuff. The gear now is actually more accessible. Like you can rent it. You can still rent studios or ask around if you can go into studios for free or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You can make connections and stuff and get experience in studios if that's something you're interested in. You can also build your own studio. If you have a spare room in your house or even just in your living room or whatever, you can buy a white wall and you can buy studio lighting for cheap and set up your own little studio just to fuck around with. Obviously you wouldn't really use that for clients and stuff, but just to mess around with and be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna practice this, I'm gonna practice this and stuff like that. And I think another thing is that education is for free now. Do you know what I mean? If you want to learn editing, you can learn editing. If you want to learn this certain lighting technique, you can learn that technique. Especially with AI now, you've got ChatGPT to help you and stuff like that if you want to use stuff like that. I just learned off YouTube. I just learned by fucking up and by YouTube. So I'll just download footage from the internet, edit it up with some music and be like, that was shit. Try again. Oh, that was a bit better. Nice. Do this. Same with graphic design. I'd just be like, I'm going to make a logo for this coffee shop. Let's make this. Oh, that wasn't great. All right, let's try that again. Oh, pretty decent. That was a bit better. There's pros and cons with both. I think it does actually come down to what sort of person you are. So there's certain people out there who like things structured, being told what to do, and they like that structure. They do well in a school environment because it's like, cool, it's structured. I know what I'm doing. I got told an assignment. I'm going to do that. If that's you, if that sounds like you, go to school. And if you can afford it as well. This is another thing you need to keep in mind. It's fucking expensive. Even I was only there for about 3 months, right? And I dropped out. I still owe them like $3,000. $3,000 for like 3 months. And I learned nothing. I literally learned nothing. Uni, I'm talking about. But if that does sound like you, that structured environment, and you feel like that works for you, go to school. That will help you a lot. You will feel more at ease, you'll feel a bit more relaxed and a bit more like, okay, I know my structure, I know what I need to do, I'm cracking on. So do that if that sounds like you. On the other hand, if you're like me, which I like to make my own schedules, I like to learn by sort of fucking up and just getting myself out there, putting myself out there, doing free work, doing cheap work to like build up my portfolio. If you like being more in control of your own stuff and you've got more of that like freelancer mindset, then I would say don't go to education, because with me, I don't do well in an education format. So it does come down to what sort of person you are. Like I said, with me, when I was at uni, I was kind of thinking the whole time, like, why am I here? What I could just be doing instead is I can drop out, go work a real job, like I worked in a kitchen, pay my bills and all that stuff, like rent, pay all my bills, and then on the side, I can do the stuff I want to do, video editing, graphic design, I can do all that on the side. I don't need education. I didn't need it. So yeah, that is my thing. I just wanted to make a little video about education for the creative industry, because people ask me about it all the time, and it is a big thing in the industry. People always ask about it, and hopefully it helps people make a decision a little bit, because it can be a tough decision. I remember thinking about going to uni and I was like, I'm really stuck. But that's also another thing, by the way. Don't feel bad if you're not enjoying it and you want to drop out. Because there's so many fucking people out there, right? When I dropped out, I had so many people giving me shit. Why are you dropping out? Why are you quitting? Oh, you're just a quitter. Why are you doing this? Fuck them. Seriously, fuck them. If people are saying to you and giving you shit about leaving uni and all that stuff, the thing is, I understand if you're a bum, if you're just sitting around doing fuck all, if you just quit uni and go, I'm gonna go on benefits and chill, then you're a knobhead, obviously, because you're doing nothing. But if you were like me and you quit uni and you're actually like, do you know what? I'm gonna go out there and graft and fucking try and make my own way. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand what people's issues are with dropping out and stuff. Because I had all those doubts in my head. Oh, what about the money? I've just wasted like $3,000. Cool, money can always be remade. I'm sorry, it can. I don't fucking like that. I have to owe them $3,000. It pisses me off. I could spend that $3,000 on lighting and cameras and stuff on a new Mac. That annoys me that I have to do that. But it's life. Money can always be remade. And it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to pay it. My happiness is more important than the money. It just is. It's more important than the money. And yeah, people will always give you shit about it. If you are not happy, leave. The thing what convinced me to leave was a Gary Vee video. Gary Vee did a video once. I'll try and tag it up here. And he did a video where he was basically like telling this parent, like, your son is unhappy, let him leave college. Just let him leave and let him figure life out. And I think that's one of the best advice. Go figure life out. It will work itself out. If you're putting the graft in and you're doing things right and you're doing things properly, you will seriously make it. But do what's right for you. Whatever feels right for you, go do it, and do not take pressure or shit off people, because seriously, it will make you unhappy. That's my advice. That is my advice. But I hope that helps. That's my story. That's my opinion. These are my thoughts. Hopefully it helps you if you are thinking about going into education or whatever. And yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Sound.